Okay, hi Algebra 2 students. I'm going to go ahead and go over problem number 8 from review assignment number 3. That's the problem right there. So for this assignment, we need to use the quadratic formula to find the value for x, or in this case a, because they're using the variable a. Just real quick, if you want to pause your screen right here, this is the quadratic formula again that we're going to need to use throughout this problem. So I can't go back and forth too much, but if you want to pause your screen right here and just write this on a sheet of paper somewhere just so you have it to reference. Okay, so we want to solve this problem. So I chose problem 8 because problem 8 is a little bit more challenging than the earlier problems, and I wanted to make sure that I covered certain steps while you were working through this assignment. Okay, so first things first, we need to move that -5 over to the other side so we have the whole thing equal to 0. So what I'm going to have is 8a squared plus 6a plus 5 equals 0. And all I did was move -5 over to the other side. Then I need to identify my a, b, and c values. So remember, this is my a value, this is my b value, and this is my c value. Okay, so what that means is when I apply the quadratic formula, so this formula right here, I need to substitute in the proper values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and substitute them in. So I have -b, so remember my b value is 6, so -6 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 6 again, so 6 squared, minus 4 times 8 times my c value of 5. Remember, you want your square root function to go over the whole thing. Then I'm going to divide by all of that by 2 times the value of a, which is 8 in this case. Okay, so remember, this whole thing is going to equal to x. Okay, and now the hard part's over and we just need to simplify. So I've got x equals -6 plus or minus the square root of 36 minus 4 times 8 times 5. So 4 times 5, that's 20. 20 times 8, that's going to be 160 all over 16. Okay, and did I miss? Nope, okay. So, so real quick, so you might notice that, oh, I'm going to get a negative here. So what that means is we'll have -6 plus or minus the square root of negative, now 36 minus 160. Let me get a calculator real quick because I am not that good at simple math. So let's see. 36 minus 160, okay, that's -124 all over 16. So for this problem, because we have a negative in this under the square root, this will be no solution. Okay, so what that means is if we had a graph over here, so let me go ahead and graph this, that means our parabola is somewhere up here in space. It doesn't cross this x-axis here, it's all the way up here somewhere. Okay, so that's what it means to have no solution. So let me go ahead, sorry about my hand being in the camera. That's the entire solution if you want to pause your video right here to that problem, okay? If you want to use the I, the imaginary number, to give me a more accurate solution, you can, but that's it's more advanced math than we need right now, okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If you have any more questions, just message me.